Here. I'm gonna have this muted because it's in Chinese. You know what I'm saying? So we have this muted. I'm gonna go through the drafts, tell you what I think about how they draft and why they're doing what, and then we'll watch the game and see what they do. We can fast forward this a little bit. So Zagara ban. What map is this? Is that Battlefield? I think this is Battlefield of Eternity. Let me fast forward really quick. Yeah, it's Battlefield of Eternity. So Zagara obviously has a high priority on Battlefield of Eternity. She's one of the best heroes on that map. So that's why it's one of the few maps that you're not going to see standard bans with your Jaina's and your Zeratul. Arthas ban. So that's I mean, that's just our early game powerhouse tank. Lots of catch. Lots of damage for a tank. So Zeratul pick, nothing surprising here. I suppose we're going to see like Jaina, Tyrael or something. Or Leoric, I mean. Yeah. So pretty standard bans. Jaina, Leoric. Like the only... I expect them to be taking Vala or Sylvanas or something in the next round. Unless they do double tank. Then they probably want to do like Tyrael or Johanna or Nubrak. Yeah, okay, Vala. Nazeebo is actually pretty decent on this map as well. Just lots of your poke makes it really like there's lots of sustained poke wars in this map, and Nazeebo's really good at that. So Malfurion's banned because mana regen on this map is actually really strong when you're just sitting in a poke still, because it's just like who can outlast the other one if you don't have like enough damage to burst somebody. So Malfurion's like, in my opinion, the best healer on this map. I'm surprised there hasn't been like Abathur banned. They might be an Abathur next. Let's see. No, Illidan. Okay. So Illidan being banned is just that. What that tells me is that they're scared. They're scared of Illidan Abathur, but they're not scared of Abathur with anything else. That's or they want to pick Abathur themselves. No, they can't. They can't. They need a tank and a healer. So it tells me that they're more scared of Illidan Abathur or Illidan by himself than just Abathur plus whatever. So they get rid of Illidan. YL is actually, for those of you who don't know, they just finished second place in the China qualifiers. So the YL will be going to BlizzCon, and they use a lot of Illidan Abathur. They're actually really good with Illidan Abathur. So we have a Nubrak Leoric, really strong front line, really strong team fight, AoE. Really, like, Leoric's impossible to kill, and Nubrak's hard to kill when his Logo Swarm's up. I'm expecting to see... Brightwing's actually, like, underrated on this map, I think, because of the global soak that you can get with him. And he actually has decent passive healing. But Rhaegar will probably be the go-to. I like Johanna here. Gives them wave clear, gives them an unkillable, like, front line. The reason why you'll, like, see someone, like, pick Johanna when you need a solo tank over a Mirrodin or Tyrael or whatnot is because Johanna just has wave clear. Like, that's literally the only reason why she's better. I don't understand what Blizzard's thinking when they put wave clear on heroes like Johanna and Leoric. So, all right, so they need, what do these guys need now? They need one more damage dealer. I really do not know who they're gonna pick. Like, maybe a Sylvanas. Maybe I see a Sylvanas probably, or maybe a triple tank comp coming, or Abathur. I think Abathur or Sylvanas if I had to guess, and then triple tank is another option. Let's see what they pick. Well, they have 100 seconds left. Let's fast forward it. All right, so Sylvanas, yeah. So I was correct on that guess. So pretty standard Jaina, Sylvanas double tank, and then we have a Zeratul Johanna tank with Vala and Nazeebo. So this team has a lot more damage, but this team has they have a lot of burst damage too. So if they can get like a silence type Gib, it can really work for them. But they also have VP to stop any engage that they do. So I like both the comps, honestly. Like, I think this comp's harder to run than this comp because they just have so much damage and poke that Uther's not gonna be able to heal that if they don't do something well early game. So Alright, so they do Vala versus the Arc top lane, and then they have just a... They're just not... Like, the point here is they don't want to let the Sylvanas free push the towers, so... They're trying to get a Gib on the Arc really early. Johanna died somehow, wow. Yeah, they have a lot of damage and a lot of CC there, so they got, like, a stun, a knock-up, slow, and they got 2 stuns, actually, so... Doesn't surprise me that Johanna got picked out there. She probably got stunned before she activated Unstoppable. Kind of surprised how like Snake's laning right now, because they're just like putting themselves in a situation where they're just gonna get crushed bot lane, and like Leoric's not ever gonna fucking die. It's Leoric. Like even if Leoric dies, it doesn't really do anything. So, but I mean honestly, unless they wanted to have Zeratul lane against the Leoric and then put Johanna in the, and then put Vala in the quad lane, like they couldn't really do anything else. Like that is like one of the powers that Sylvanas has compared to like any other heroes. Is you can't ignore her because of her passive. Like she'll just take down towers. So that's like really good for YL because they made Snake have to tap like before they even start fighting for the shrines. It's really big. So YL's trying to just deeps the boss down, and then Snake's just trying to defend. YL's gonna just soak with Leoric. He's not even gonna come to the party. Vala's solo damaging the top one. I don't know the names of these, like the Angel and the Devil. I'm not god tier enough to know their names. Yeah, so Vala actually did quite a bit of damage on that, so they're pretty even. Like YL's a little bit ahead. Like the problem with why YL, or not YL, the problem with like why Snake can't really leave the lane is because the threat of their push with the Beetles and Sylvanas, they could just take out towers like really fucking quick. This will actually be like a pretty tough game for Zeratul to do much, because if actually Jaina doesn't really get frost armor in China and Korea. I noticed that like they don't get frost armor against Zeratul, which I think is a big mistake. All right, so YL just got caught out really badly there, and Snake's like putting the advantage right now. This is the power of Leoric. It just doesn't matter if he fucking dies. I'm surprised YL like went so deep for that when the first I'm just gonna call them the map objective because I don't know their name, but like the first map objective on this map, it's really fucking weak. But I guess if you have Sylvanas, it's a lot stronger. So Snake needs to be careful, because if you have Sylvanas and you like 4-man the lane that he's not in, you can just take a fort really quick, and they can't really do anything unless they defend. And if you don't defend the Immortal, like the Immortal does a ton of damage. So YL's still in a really good spot. Oh wow, this Sylvanas is going ham as fuck. He should die. Oh, nice heal, nice heal. Where has Zeratul been the whole time? He must have backed to go heal or something. It should die. Like it should die, but it's the auto attacks really soon. Yeah, they should get it now. Yeah. Rhaegar's gonna go down. Oh, they got 2. That was really good. Don't forget that the Immortal always gives 2 orbs if you ever have any stacking abilities. Wow, that was really nice for YL. Snake is in a bad spot right now because they're gonna. All right, so the Sylvanas is gonna push with Immortal because it can disable the towers, and then they're gonna 3-man bottom. So they should get like a level and a half lead off of this, which is really fucking nice. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that Sylvanas didn't just go 4-man with his team. That's usually how you see Sylvanas play on this map. You'll see them 4-man with their team and then have one person soak, like somebody that's unkillable like Leoric just soaks with the boss. So they're not even gonna get. They're not gonna get They're not gonna get this fort probably. No, they'll probably get this fort. The other team didn't rotate enough people, so they have to give this up. Like like I said, this is the power of Sylvanas on this map. Like no other hero can really do this. And the Beetle's just like. This is like why Anubrak's still one of the best tanks in the game, just because his Beetles are so fucking annoying at tanking tower hits and doing damage and just tanking stuff. So now both teams are probably going to look to get Merc camps out right now. YL's in a really great position because they're going to hit 10 first. And Snake's like really scared of doing Mercs because they're going to just lose bot fort if they look to do Mercs because of Sylvanas. So YL needs to not push too greedy. They need to not take it too greedy here because they don't want to die. They just want to like trade and get XP first. Like you see how useless those fucking ranged guys are. Like the shaman is so much stronger on this map because he keeps on summoning shit. He's super tanky too. Like if you leave one of those shamans in the lane, dude, he's just gonna take your whole like lane. It's ridiculous the amount that he can summon. So both teams looking to get out Mercs. YL is gonna be 10 here. So look to see Snake split push and try to hit 10 and just like give up the first wave, the first wave of the mortal, like the first half. They're just gonna give it up because they have to, and they're gonna try to soak out lanes to 10. Like YL's in a really good spot. Snake's doing what they need to do right here, which is just try to get to 10 as quick as possible. They know that they have time to get to 10 right here while they're deep seeing half of the boss. All right, so right now, YL needs to look to engage before they hit 10, or yeah, that's what they're gonna do right now. This is really good. Vala should die here. Good silence. Rhaegar should be down too if he gets a slow. Oh no, they just hit 10, so his Ancestral came in. But they get the fort, and they're gonna get. They got the fort, and they're gonna get this. This thing's gonna be like full HP. This is YL is just like they've put themselves into a position where they should not lose this game anymore, in my opinion. There's just nothing Snake could do here. Like they wasted Ancestral. What else did they waste? They wasted Ancestral and Gargantuan already. So. Oh, wow. Nice AoE. Oh, they already got a really good AoE. All YL needs to do here is back up, heal, and then defend. That's all they need to do. Oh, Jaina's trying to make plays. Not the healing arrow. Too much. All right, did someone die? I don't see who died there. Yeah, so like YL, they went to ham there and grouped up for the VP. If only like one or two people got VP'd instead of 3, it would have been fine. But they just got strafed to death, and strafe does a ton of AoE damage. So, that was a good cleanse right there onto the Nazebo. Probably would have died. The Zeratul Ian, he's dead. Yeah, so YL could have played that a lot better. They lost a lot of health on their Immortal, but they're still going to win this and be pretty far ahead. Like, that was the only thing that other team could do, was get a nice VP into, like, a chain AoE. And they did what they had to do, but it still wasn't enough because other teams so far ahead. So right now, almost all the ults are back up on YL. They're still missing VP for 20 seconds. What's up, Party Foul? Sorry if the quality's ass, but this is, like, the quality that I found the videos on. So Sylvanas is just gonna they're gonna look to push. Like personally, I like to push 5-man with the second boss. So it looks like that's what they're going to do now. Leoric realized that nobody was bottom, so he was gonna match if there was one bottom. He's gonna match, but since no one's there, he came top. I would have just been top, like quicker, just to 5-man that shit because you have Sylvanas. Like, why not? So like this Immortal is still really fucking strong right now. Like they are going to get this keep like almost 100% guaranteed. Like, if you look, what happened there was Snake tried to fight with all their ults while VP was still on cooldown. And now if you look up here, they have VP, but all the ults are on cooldown. So they're not going to be able to do shit. Like, that VP made no sense because they already lost the keep. Like, you may as well save the VP so it's up when all their ults are up. NP, dude. I watch all these games anyway, so I was just like, may as well make some videos over it, you know what I'm saying? Because I watch them anyway, so I enjoy it. So let's look at some talents here. Nothing standard on Uther. Takes block because obviously you don't lane enough in this match for Connor's Pursuit. Sylvanas looks like she has a pretty standard build. I don't know what her level 1 is. It's ranged or barb shot. And then Anubrak has just your standard build, just the damage on W and Burning Rage, and then Ice Block on Jaina, standard build, and then Crushing Hope on Leorix, pretty standard. Look on the other side, Rhaegar's got the healing build. Zeratul got standard. Johanna. I noticed in China and Korea, like they really love the move speed on your Condemn on Johanna, and like battle momentum is more chosen in NA. But I honestly, I don't play Johanna, so I don't know what's better. And then he has the cooldown reduction on his passive. Then Q build on Vala with Spell Shield, and then Sprint on Azebo. So they are just pushing their advantage here. They need to not get clumped again for a good, like, strafe wombo. Like, that's the only way they can lose. Yeah, they're really split. They're going to get VP'd. See, this is not good right here. This is actually really fucking bad for YL. They might throw the game. Well, they're not going to throw the game, but they might throw this fight really hard right now. Wow, that was... Okay, if they all get out, this is really good. This is the power of Leoric, though. He's just slowing the whole fucking team. He's like... Just be slow, bitches. Like, I'm going to be back soon. Like, what a stupid passive, man. Like, what were they thinking, making it that strong? And then Snake, knowing that their base is in trouble, they all try to recall in different spots. YL notices it and turns back on them, so... Snake is in a really bad position. I don't see what they can do to come back. So YL can either go for... They can go for the keep here while they are 3-man down. Or they can just go for the mortal and probably go for the win. That's probably what I would do. If I'm YL right now, I'm having one person stay... Like, I'd probably have Leoric stay near our immortal so they couldn't do damage to it. Instead of having, like, Leoric try to DPS. Because Leoric doesn't really DPS anyway. And it doesn't matter if Leoric dies because he'll res again. Yeah, I really like the build that they do sometimes is they'll do the movement speed when you get attacked on your passive on Johanna, and then the condemn speed. And if you put both of those together, it's pretty much like you have sprint. Wow, that Zeratul just got fucked on. That silence was like kind of pointless because it's not gonna do anything. But it didn't matter. Like, killing a Zeratul before he can VP is just huge. Let me rewind that really quick. I didn't even see how they killed the Zeratul. I saw that he got rooted, but like root doesn't stop your VP. Maybe he got stunned here. No, he could have VP'd. He could have VP'd there. He wasn't disabled. He was just rooted. He wasn't stunned or anything. So that's really bad on Zeratul. He just got caught out, and that should be game right there. Like, there is nothing Snake can do to come back now. They're actually chasing for, like, no fucking reason. They should just get that in the game. Yeah, so this is pretty fucking over. Let's fast forward a little bit. Alright, so Benediction, the damage on W for Sylvanas, Blood for Blood on Nubrak. Obviously, that was Root on Jaina, and then Imposing Presence on Leoric. The other team is not 16 yet. Pretty standard builds. The reason you see the Imposing Presence on Leoric is because Zeratul and Vala are very auto attack based. And Blood for Blood, like for a new rack, is just pretty standard. he's got full damage build. Like this Immortal is still full HP, still has shields on it. Like they're going for their last ditch effort and engage here. Probably gonna see a silence arrow here in 4 seconds. Oh, he doesn't have silence arrow, but it doesn't matter. Like they're 18 to 16. They're a tier behind. Good march. He's done. Silence arrow dead. That should be it. Game over. Yeah, so pretty impressive by YL there. That's the rank 2 Chinese team. And Snake's probably top 5 in Korea right now, I'd have to say. No, Snake is not the best Korean team. MVP Black is the best Korean team. Snake is top 5 in Korea, though. So, like, this is the rank 2 in China versus probably 4 or 5 in Korea. Really impressive game by YL right there. All right, so I got... Next game I got is SnakevEstar versus Snake. Oh, let's mute that. So the second game is the rank 1 Chinese team versus the same Korean team that we just saw. So let's see how the bans. This map is Tomb of the Spider Queen. So let's see how they ban. I'm expecting Zeratul Jaina bans because this is a pretty standard map. Asmodee has fallen out of flavor. Like he's fallen out of flavor because the Chinese and the Korean teams have actually like they found a really good ways to stop Asmodee like from stacking. They'll do like a push strats and stuff to where he is not able to stack his orbs. So I really do not think that we're going to see him anymore. Okay, so they feel like Leoric's more of a threat than the Jaina. So I expect SnakevEstar to first pick Jaina here 100%. And then Snake is probably going to go for... They're probably going to be looking to go for a Snake, a Zagara or like an early tank probably is what, like some early tank pick. Like whatever tank they pick, like if it's Arthas or if it's Johanna, it can tell you what they're probably like planning on doing with their comp. Even a Tyrael or I think Tyrael, Arthas, like these are like the type of tanks that they like. Snake has also been known to do Asmodee in the past, so that's another option. But I really think we'll see Zagara here. Yeah, looks like they're going to pick Zagara. Vala is also another... Yeah, Johanna. Okay, so what this tells me is that they're going for complete lane dominance and like getting the coins and stuff. This also puts Asmodee as a threat on the map because like obviously Johanna Asmodee is like the dream team. So yeah, their draft screen looks really cool. So right now SnakevEstar is deciding what do we want to take away from that. They could be running Asmodee. Do we feel like that's enough of a threat? Do we want to take away Asmodee from them? Do we want to take... All right, so they pick Malfurion and Sylvanas. Okay, so they've already got... SnakevEstar has decided that they're just going to... What happened? All right, SnakevEstar's decided that they're just going for the pretty standard Jaina Sylvana. So Snake is going to be looking to get Vala or Asmodee, and so I really think we might see a Vala ban here from SnakevEstar if they do not want to deal with the Vala. But seeing as how Nazeebo is still up as well, and like Zagara and Nazeebo is actually really good together. I think we could like Vala if they like Nazeebo and Vala, they kind of fill the same role even though they're different. Like Vala has more burst and like a really good AoE ult, and then Nazeebo is just like really tanky with a wall and a poke. And Nazeebo like needs to scale a little bit more than Vala does. Okay, KT of course, yeah. All right, so they're taking away the big damage. They don't want to lose in the late game, so they don't want to get outscaled. So they're taking away Kael'thas. Like I was saying, that's why I actually thought I took it back that Vala was gonna get banned because Nazeebo and Vala kind of would do the same thing. So I really think Snake's gonna be, if Snake doesn't want to go for Asmodee, they're probably gonna be looking to go for a Vala or a Nazeebo. All right, so their team comp looks really strong right now. But SnakevEstar has the better damage dealers, in my opinion. And Malfurion is just, like, god tier at healing sustained damage. So, what I see from Snake right now, which is actually, like, a really bad thing, is that Snake doesn't really have anything that's going to make Malfurion have to take Cleanse or Ice Block if he has really good positioning. So... like, Malfurion might be able to do a full heal build, and Snake really won't be able to punish that. Okay, Tyrael Muradin. Okay, that's a strange combo that you don't see very often. But that gives them just like, that gives them a lot of stun and CC. They have, I don't think, like, I don't see Sync for this comp. Like, honestly, they're probably going to do a Judgment type comp. Like I was saying earlier, this is probably going to be Vala or Nazebo. I'm not too sure. Yeah, there you go, Vala. Okay, so Vala. So like, look for like what I see the Chinese and Korean teams do a lot that NA teams don't do. What the Vala will do is he will actually save his strafe until Tranquility is finished, and then he'll strafe after the Tranquility is gone, and they'll actually get a kill or two there every time if they play that correctly. So look for the Vala to be doing that. I do like how eStar has a ton of fucking CC. So, and like I said earlier, besides, like, he might, the Malfurions still might go Ice Block just because they have Maw and Root and Johanna ult. But if he's really greedy, he could pull off the healing build. But I think we'll see, Cleanse Ice Block probably, just to be safe. So if I have to say whose team comp I think is better here, this is actually like pretty hard to judge. I think eStar probably, I don't know. I think, like, honestly, I think both of these comps are pretty fucking even, to tell you the truth. eStar probably will outscale them a little bit just because Malfurion will outheal the Uther a little bit later, and with a tank that has amped healing, like, he will get healed a shit. Like, Tyrael can get healed a shit ton with amped healing, and the AoE shields will help the team is nice too. So we'll have to see. All right, let me full screen this. Full screen this bitch. Like I said, Asmodee is kind of falling out of flavor because teams have figured out how to beat him already. In China and Korea, at least, not in NA. So pretty standard, just 4 or 5 man group mid. Ooh, Malfurion got caught right there. See, like, that's the power of, like, Art this early game. Like, no other tank really does that much damage early game with a fucking CC. Like, what you sacrifice escape to have damage and a CC, pretty much. Alright, so eStar has Sylvanas against Zagara right now. Like, they're going to need to do something about that because that's really fucking bad for Sylvanas. Like, Sylvanas can't even lane against Zagara. So I'm guessing they're gonna fucking switch that out or send more people up there to do something, some sort of transition. Snake just looks like they're just doing a standard mid to bot roam with 4 people, and eStar, since they lost the early fight, they're kind of just like reacting to that right now. So yeah, I don't like how Malf wasted his root right there. Like, if he saved it, they might have been able to get a kill. Because they do have quite a bit of damage. It's kind of curious, though, that they still have Sylvanas up there. Like, Sylvanas is going to get crushed by Zagara. I've played that match both ways. It's not pretty for Sylvanas. There's literally nothing she can do. She just like, Hydra is hitting you once or twice with one auto attack, and you just, like, you get quarter HP. Like, look at her HP right now. It's just fucked. You just have to, you literally just wave clear in your towers until you run out of bullets. That's pretty much all you can do. And then hope your team does something by then. Yeah, see, something this Zagara, like, I hope he hasn't tapped yet. Because if he hasn't tapped yet, it's fine. But if he already tapped, one thing that I've noticed is the Zagara just wasted way too much mana on putting down creeps. Because, like, he's as shit, so. But you see, like, Sylvanas already tapped. I don't think Zagara tapped, and he's crushing him, so. Wow, like, that tells me, what that tells me right there is that the team, eStar just knows Snake because that Malf just fucking W'd where the Arthas was standing without having any clue where he was at. So that's just really, really good knowledge of the other team's playstyle. And I'm pretty sure Malf has the range because he looked like he W'd him from really fucking far away. So I think he has a, whatever the range is at level 4, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, okay. Let's pause really quick, see if anything out of the ordinary. Um, everything looks pretty fucking standard on everyone. Like, nothing worth mentioning on the talents. Like, Mirrodin's obviously going the reverb clap build because they have 2 auto attackers as their damage dealers. Like, if you see the reason why Snake is winning right now is because they got that 1 kill at level 1, and then Zagara has probably zoned Sylv from some XP, if I had to guess. Another thing to think about is that Sylvanas probably doesn't have as many coins as the Zagara, because when you lose that lane hard, let's see, he turned in 20 coins, and... oh, one sec. He turned in 20 coins, and like I think Sylvanas only had like in the teens somewhere. So it's still looking pretty standard. Just Zagara beating on Sylvanas, and the 2 other teams are just roaming mid and bot, coming top sometimes. Snake is obviously pretty far ahead because they have the 20 coins in right now. Like if they look to get a turn in soon, they're going to be looking really good. That, wow, really low HP. Like the Johanna Arthas combo is really fucking strong early game. Like if you don't have enough burst damage to kill Arthas on when you're fighting them like that, he's just gonna wreck. Something that I've seen too, like when you don't need Relentless, is like a lot of the Asian teams are starting to take the AoE damage, but they have a lot of CC this game, so he's probably gonna go Relentless. So Snake is in a really good spot right here. They need 5 coins now to turn in. So they already have it. They just need to get the turn in. They really shouldn't let Tyrael turn in. Okay, so they stopped the Tyrael. Like, SnakevEstar hasn't turned in even 1 fucking coin. So like they're in a really bad spot right now. And this is why I don't agree with like I have to say I don't agree with taking the Malf and the Sylvanas this early, because what that did was it put them in a spot where they don't have any, they're not comfortable that either of their tanks could lane against Zagara, so they have to put Sylvanas against Zagara. And when you have to do that and you can't win the 4vs4, like if their 4vs4 was strong enough to win it and then they could just roam top and not let Zagara 1vs1, it would be fine. But they don't have, like, if you look at their wave clear, right? They can't waste Blizzard to wave clear because they'll just get crushed in a fight. The only wave clear that they have is like Moonburn, which isn't even that strong by itself. So their wave clear is just ass compared to the other teams. Like they have multi-shot, Arthas AoE, you know, and obviously Knight takes pawn. So Snake just like in the laning phase, like I feel like Snake put themselves in a situation Snake outdrafted them in that way because SnakevEstar needs to not fall behind and not let Zagara do what Zagara does. And what's funny is SnakevEstar is actually like usually really good at not letting Zagara solo 1vs1 ever. Like in a lot of their games, they draft a lot different, like a little bit differently, and they'll take Sylvanas later on, or they'll take Nazeebo later on, something like that, and they'll make sure that they get 2 tanks that will allow them to not let Sylvanas be in a 1vs1. So now SnakevEstar is going to have to play the catch-up game here, and Snake is in a really good spot right now. And you can see, like, this has a lot to do with the draft, because, like I said at the beginning of the game, Sylvanas cannot do anything against Zagara. He's just going to slowly lose that lane over and over. What did that do? Snake was winning the 4vs4, and they're winning the 1vs1. So what the fuck does SnakevEstar do? They just have to play the reaction game and hope that they can outscale them and hope that Snake makes a mistake, which, like with their comp, it's really hard to make a mistake because they have Divine Shield. So if I had to guess, like right now, they're in it to win it right now. Like SnakevEstar has to fight like a really good fight where a Trank gets like full value or something. So Tyrael's deciding whether he wants Judgment or not. Like I was pretty sure he was going to get Judgment because there's not really, they don't have a ton of like damage where he'd need to sank people to make up for losing Judgment. So Also this isn't the newest, this is not the monk patch yet, by the way. So like his judgment and sync are still the same as the old patch. In the new patch, I don't really think you're going to see judgment at all. And I think Tyrael is probably going to be seen even less than before because judgment got nerfed a little bit, and it has like an animation above the enemy, and it takes longer to cast. So I really don't think we'll see Tyrael as much as we used to. In NA, Tyrael isn't really seen almost ever, but in Korea and China, he's seen like almost every game. So I think he will lose a lot of popularity in Asia. So Snake gets their second turn in. E-Star's trying to force a fight here before they hit 13, which is a good idea, but they weren't grouped, so it's kind of like it looks like they're panicking and they don't know what to do, right? So like Jaina wanted to engage there, but Tyrael was bottom, and he just wasted his water elemental. And now Snake is just like getting a huge XP lead right now. They're getting all of these forts. They've got all 3 of their forts already. They haven't dropped one. Snake is in a really good position now. They're probably going to be able to take this wall right here. I can't see the death timers because the flags are in the way. I think they're all up now, but they still have Judgment Arrow, so Snake backs up. Like that's another problem when you pick a team comp like that. And on the old patch, like pre-cleanse is god tier against Judgment. Like in the new patch, like pre-cleansing only gives you 50% to it only gives you relentless. So while it's still really good to do in some situations, like if you're getting, say you're getting Tyrael ulted, right? You're probably going to want to pre-cleanse yourself if you know that's going to be the reason why you lost the fight, because like it's still worth doing. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still going to be worth doing. So Snake's just clearing these neutrals right now. They're looking to get another turn in. This will be their 3rd turn in. Like they're so far ahead in the turn ins. And when you do get map control in this map with Zagara, like you have creep all over the turn ins, and you never have to let the other team turn in if you play it correctly, and you don't lose team fights. Like they just cannot turn in. So like I said earlier, Arthas does go for the relentlessness. Uther goes for spell shield. So Uther doesn't want to get blown up, which I actually agree with that pick, because with that comp, it is possible that they can try to blow you up. So may as well make it so they can't. Like Shrink Ray is not going to do shit if they already blow you up. Spell shield gives you 3 seconds where they're just doing half damage to you if they judge me or something. So they're just pushing these spiders. They're trying to get their first keep right now. They are almost a tier ahead as soon as they hit 6. If they get this keep, they should hit 16 or be really close to it. Like, E-Star should try to engage right now. Yeah, okay, here. This is a really good engage. Wasted DS. That's good. Now they need to back out. Mirrodin needs to flank on the back. Oh, that was not good. That silence was way too slow. He needed to... If they can trade a kill here, it's really good. But Arthas is super tanky. I don't think they're going to be able to kill this Arthas. Yeah. Really good Maw. Like, really quality Maw. And that's 100% going to be mid-keep. There's not, like, E-Star tried their best there, but, like, they were kind of... I don't like how they had Tyrael there and Mirrodin bottom. I would have liked for Mirrodin to engage there, and then he could have soaked a lot of more fucking damage, and then Tyrael could have flanked with Judgment or something. Yeah, and like I said earlier, see, like, Malfurion did go with the heal build, but it's not... The heal build is not going to be enough when you are 3 levels down or 2 levels down. It's just not going to be enough. It has value in sustained battles, but like in a battle where your tank is getting blown up, it just does not matter at all. So, and also he probably, like, honestly, he probably wanted to take cleanse this game. Like I didn't see what happened to Tyrael last fight, but he probably got CC'd to death if I had to guess. So Snake is a talent tier ahead. They're just looking to bogart the turn-ins and not let them turn in at all. I'm actually curious to see what Snake does here, because like right now it's kind of hard for Snake to pick up coins. So like it's going to be really hard for them to get a turn-in if they want to wait that long. And while they could do they could do neutral camps, but when you do neutral camps, that puts you to man down on the turn-ins, and then eStar could look to do a 5 vs 4 or something like that. So what they're gonna do now is they're just gonna hold two. They're gonna try to hold the turn-in camps and get out their knights, and then just put them in a situation to where they can stall long enough to where your team can group up as 5 and fight back. And eStar wasn't ready, like they weren't ready to pounce on them when they went to go do the knights. So it was good night timing on Snake. And now they're gonna go for the bottom ones. So they need to just be careful that eStar doesn't turn in top. I don't even know if they have enough coins to turn in, honestly. They probably need 7. They probably have enough. But Zagara's got creep everywhere, and he's just ready to throw out, like, he's ready to throw out some summons on them if they try to turn in there. Uther's there, too, to cleanse him if he gets caught. Just really good map control by Snake. Like, they're not giving them an inch right now. Like, eStar can't do anything. So right now, they're going to be looking for the turn-in. They could aggro the boss, but like that's just putting yourself in a situation where you could throw. So why would you do that? They might want to, like, they could try to fight them here at the knights if they decide to. Yeah, they do. Okay, they steal those. Like that's really bad. Like I don't blame eStar for trying to do those knights though, because they need to do something, right? Like they're just losing slowly, and they need to try to do like a play like that to where they have some hope of getting back in the game. So right now, Snake is probably going to get a 2nd keep, possibly a 3rd keep. eStar is not even 16 yet. And even if they do get 16, their team doesn't become that much stronger. Like, if you look at their team comp, like, besides getting maybe Root or, like, Mirrodin becomes a lot fucking tankier at 16. But, like, it's a pretty decent silence, but they don't have any follow-up on it. Like, they're trying to blow up Arthas. Like, why? He has Relentless and he just got Divine Shield? That is not the target you want to go on. Arthas is not the target you want to go on. So, like you see here, they're not going to kill anybody when Trank was up. And now Trank just fell, and now they get the kill. I don't think Mirrodin even leveled Stoneform before he died, so he didn't even pop it. Arthas needs to be careful here. He's running out. But, let's see. They have... They probably want to look to turn to top keep right now while he's dead, or just they're actually really low in as fuck because like Zagar went battle momentum, so he's super Arthas, look at Arthas, dude, what a bro, just like cock blocking him. He can't even get in the fucking, he can't even get in there. He's like, bruh. So instead of like going up top and making a risky play and finishing that off when they have very low mana and like not full HP, they make the super safe play, which I agree with, right? Because you're gonna hit 20, you may as well make the super safe play. All right, Sylvanas is fucked right now. He's fucked. Yep, dead. Real nice. Now, oh man, that was like, I think that was like 65 fucking coins or some shit. Like, that's free boss right now. So like, they should be able to get like, eStar will get a turn in here. I think they'll get, if they have 7 coins, they will get a turn in right here. But they're probably going to lose the game off this boss because they hit 20 and 17-minute boss, level 20, 3-level advantage. Like, Snake would have to fuck up royally to not end the game with this boss. You know what I'm saying? So this turn in is going to do shit. Snake will probably just look to kill this before the boss even gets there. Sylvanas is still dead. Okay, Sylvanas is back up. What ult is that's missing? Captain America shield is down still. Alright, it's back up now. Alright, so Snake got full ults. They're level 20. Like, this is fucking impossible to lose right now. They're just gonna not try to get bursted to death and try to blow up. So they try to go on Zagar here. Zagar's gonna probably... No, he didn't even use his maul. Like, I'm surprised Zagar's not mauling somebody. Probably throw out the maul. Oh, he has no fucking mana. Yeah, but there's just nothing Snake... I mean, there's nothing eStar can do here. So Snake, like, I think they thought out their draft better, and they just won the early game to the point where... They won the early game to the point where eStar couldn't do shit. Like, if you put Sylvanas against Zagara in a 1v1, and you know Sylvanas is going to get crushed by Zagara, and then the 4v4, like, come on. You lost the 4v4. You have no wave clear. You have mirrored interior. That's why I said during the draft screen, I was like, mirrored interior, really? Like, that's kind of strange. So, I really like now that I think about it, Snake definitely did outdraft them just because like while I think Jaina and Sylvanas is pretty equivalent to Zagara and Vala, I think the tanks on Snake made them win this game compared to the tanks on Estar. So really well played to Snake. And like this shows you how close the opposition is in China and Korea, because Estar is the rank 1 team in China. They just beat YL in 2 sets. But YL just beat Snake, and Snake beat Estar. So like it shows you how close in skill level these teams are. Like any team can beat any team. So it's really impressive to watch. All right, so that's it for now, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will upload these to my YouTube later when I have a chance. So I will be looking to do more of these if you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.